Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? I am having a great day today, and I wanted to share with you the reason why. I mentioned a few days ago that I had somebody that was going to donate some parts, or a couple of people, and as you can see, one of those people so far has come through and in a big way. He asked me to keep him anonymous. He doesn't want his name out there. He's got his own reasons, whatever they may be, but he's a really good guy. This is all of the stuff that he brought me, and all of this stuff is genuine Cummins parts, and I wanted to share with you everything he brought me. As I think I've mentioned before, I needed an SAE2 bell housing. He brought me that. If you are to source this from Cummins, it's probably $1,300 or so. If you get a Chinese one from agparts.com, they're $400. This one, I wanted this one because I wanted to keep the starter in approximately the factory location, even though I'm changing the engine. And it puts the starter, well, this is the orientation. Oh, heavy cast iron. Anyway, it puts the starter right up here in the top corner, which is close enough to where the factory starter is. I won't have to change any of the wiring. That's a 18.4-inch bolt circle across in the center. Starter that goes with it is a 24 volt, of course, because I'm sticking with the stock stuff. 28 MT with a 10-tooth Bendix gear. That will work with a 17-inch flywheel with 173 teeth. That's what you need to run a 14-inch clutch. He brought me a new manifold because when I mount the starter there, mount the starter right here, well, I mean, if I kept with the same type of manifold, it wouldn't clear the turbo. If I move the turbo forward on a regular type mount, I think the intake might not clear the alternator. So we're going to try straight up in the center, and I should be able to clear with intake piping and with exhaust. If not, I'll figure something else out. So he brought me that. Because my turbo has got some really good pitting on the fucking impeller, he brought me a brand new HX35W, which is already set up to go on that manifold. I mean, this has never been on an engine. It is brand new. The only thing I might have to change is this housing, because I need the V-band flange here with the boost elbow like that. But we'll see. He brought me the front motor mount. This is the motor mount I was telling you about. It has a sleeve on the bottom, so it's going to replace that stupid whatever the hell that is that Ford put on it. It'll make it a lot easier for me to make my own motor mount adapter in the front. Cooling pipe, which I may use this on the bottom right there to come forward to the radiator. Brought me a new fan hub. Well, it's not new, but it's different. See, this one keeps the fan really high, and I'm worried it may put the fan into the hood. So this hub, that is actually the top, but this is the bottom, so it puts the pulley farther down here. I think I'm going to be able to get the stock deuce fan or a similar fan to fit on that with some small modifications. He brought me that coolant tube, which I'm not going to be able to use that, but he didn't know what all I needed. He just grabbed a bunch of stuff. AC compressor bracket if I want to run AC. He brought me this bracket, which is not, I'm not going to be able to use this. He thought this might work to be the rear support for my air compressor, but it's not the right one. He brought me two different new oil lines for the turbo feed, the short and the long. He brought me the entire turbo drain tube for the top mount position. A brand new water pump, of course, Cummins water pump. Coolant elbows, He brought me a short dipstick and tube, new front main and rear main seals, a bunch of different gaskets. There's exhaust manifold gaskets in here. This is one of the oil tubes for the drain line. Some other various things. I think there's a thermostat gasket in there. New tensioner, brand new thermostat and the spacer rubber gasket thingy. A bunch of brand new bolts and studs. One new injector. I mean, this guy really, he didn't have to do this, and I did. I gave him some extra deuce parts that he was needing. But this is just really way more than I expected, and I'm kind of blown away by all this. I mean, look at all the gaskets. I almost forgot all the damn gaskets. Look, and these are it's all genuine Cummins. None of this is cheap junk. So I've got the top intake plate gasket. Got an oil pan gasket. What else have we got? We got a brand new Cummins head gasket. And this thing is freaking heavy, believe it or not. It's a lot heavier than you would think just by looking at it. The rear timing cover, the gear case cover gasket, and the front gear case gasket. So, I mean, just wow, wow. That's awesome. The only reason I haven't put that bell housing on, or the flywheel housing, excuse me. The only reason I haven't put that on yet with the new starter is I don't have the flywheel, and I still want to be able to crank my engine and hear it run for a couple of minutes at a time, because I'm like a kid in a candy store with this stuff. Yeah, here's another thing I almost forgot. He brought me the valve cover I wanted, and a brand new oil fill cap, so I can get rid of this frickin' sacrilege off this thing, put this valve cover there, and put this valve cover in the front where it goes. And then I'm in that bag right there, 2 cans of Cummins tan engine enamel. So, and some high temp header paint, black paint for the exhaust housing on the turbo. And I put this whole damn thing over here on the rubber mat because every time I'd run it, it would vibrate and move around, and it was like it was working its way over that way, and yeah. So that's where we're at right now. I just kind of wanted to show you a couple of the things that you need if you're going to do this project, or at least the way I'm doing it now. There's other ways, and I'll go and explain that probably in the next video. But I was excited about all these parts that I got and how this is coming along so far, and I wanted to share this with you guys. So yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned, there's a lot more coming, and like and subscribe if you would please, and we'll see you on the next one.